Good morning everyone. Today we are going to talk about the third topic in Module 1, Environmental Protection Act. Okay, so let us see what this act means, what are the major premises of that, and how important and relevant such an act is in the present scenario, where we have to talk at great length about the environmental issues mainly caused by the people or the citizen of different nations or people all around the globe. So we people have to be aware of this and the act as such. What are the provisions of each act and how important these are? That's what we have to know. So Environmental Protection Act. Actually it's an enabling law. Enabling law means that law is very, it's a kind of, the law is with the maximum provision for executing that. That means it's not just for the sake of, it's not namesake a law. It has its own relevance as far as the Constitution and Government of India is concerned, enabling law to form rules and regulations. So it has the provision to form rules and regulations as per the situational demands. 10 years back, and when you analyze the situation today, you need more strict and stringent laws or rules, regulations, amendments. So here this act is in that way, it's enabling law. It is giving provision for the ruling sector, the government, the officials to form and regulations to get better or to assure, guarantee a better situation as such. Then, now it's a central government is the major body in which this major provisions or major the real control or the provision to form rules and regulations are there in central, are embedded in central government sector. So they are forming and they are allotting the provision for different sectors like a state government, many other bodies. So that we already know that just one sector, just one body of government cannot control, cannot cannot completely execute the laws and regulations. Because we know how many people are there in India, how many territories, union territories, states ruled and the number of people living in India, the kind of population, and to control them, to know or to check out, to make sure such a law is taken for granted, it's getting implemented. We need a kind of distribution of its provisions. Like you have the right to. Say for example, you say like, central government or state government is the body. Just think about certain rules like mask. Nowadays we have mask, sanitizer and social distancing as protocol. We are trying to execute that. Once that kind of a rule is there in a state or nation, it's only in a distribution manner the implementing of that takes place. So here, even though we talk about central government as the governing body for this implementing of this act or forming rules and regulations, the implementing of this takes place in a distributed manner. Like state governments have their own responsibility, or many other lower sectors like district level or a village level. Everywhere we have to make guarantee that this act is observed, the provisions, the premises of this act get in a way implemented or taken for at least observed by the people of a nation. So in this case, this is about India itself. So we don't have to think about the at a global level. Indian Act, it's an Indian Act. That's why we are talking about the rules and regulations and the main governmental bodies, which are the government sectors which have to observe and implement this rule or the rules of this Act. Then mainly the idea is about assuring environmental quality. So we will talk about different pollutions, different kinds of pollutions. There, you have to assure environment quality itself. When you talk about water pollution, when you talk about land pollution, when you talk about air pollution, we are given awareness about that. But by this only, with the use of this acts or implementing of such acts only, you can assure environment quality. Otherwise, we will discuss all these matters in the class, as we have this paper as a compulsory one. Okay, most of the undergraduate students in India get an awareness, minimum at least basic awareness about the problems of such certain different kinds of pollution. But unless and until an act is there, an act which has the provisions to punish, that will be discussed as one of the characteristics of this particular act. These acts are the acts with the provisions to punish. Means, yes, if you don't observe, if you go against the rules and regulations of this act or certain other acts are also there, you are liable to get punishment, imprisonment or penalties, and that is very important. Otherwise, it's just about the awareness. You get a lot of you hold a lot of meetings, you go for campaigning, so that a minority, at least a sector of people will be getting awareness about this. Yes, we have to protect the environment. This is very important that we protect the environment. Awareness is there. Still, we are not really bothered about observing that in our daily life. You throw a plastic cover on the road. So what are you going to do with that awareness? You are aware that it's going to harm the environment. It's going to, it's a part of, I'm taking part in the environmental pollution, at least land pollution. Now I'm taking part in that. You are aware, but you are not worried about getting punished. So such an act is very important in a country like India, because we are number of people, our population is that much, and it's really practically almost impossible for every people. And we know how we all of us cannot talk about or claim the literacy rate even. In Kerala we claim or we praise that literacy rate, it's 10%, and some other states also claim about it. But literacy, you're getting education and you're practicing, you're bringing that into practice. Your knowledge, you are taking it into the realm of practice is entirely different. Okay, so if you feel like throwing away some plastic covers, just think that it's a very small plastic cover, it's just that of a chocolate. So it's not going to harm the environment. If you think like that, some 10 students in your class think like that, it's an accumulated, you are contributing in cards for the pollution of the environment. So in one way or other you are taking part in that. So what is needed is a very strict act with the provisions to punish, and how it will work out we will see. So it's mainly about environmental quality, assuring environmental quality. So for qualitative environment, the protection of that, you have to control pollution itself. apart from controlling the deforestation and such harmful activities, deforestation, such other harmful activities are there on the part of human beings. Definitely that is there. But quality, when you talk in terms of quality of an environment, mainly it is about controlling pollution itself. അല്ലേ? പൊല്യൂഷൻ കൺട്രോൾ ചെയ്യുക എന്നുള്ളത് തന്നെയാണ് ഒരു ക്വാളിറ്റി ബിഹാഫിൽ നമ്മൾ പറയുമ്പോൾ. അല്ലാത്ത ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട്. അതായത് ഡിഫോറസ്റ്റേഷൻ കൺട്രോളിങ്, ഇറ്റ്സ് വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആൻഡ് ഏർജൻറ്റ്. പക്ഷേ ഇതിലെന്താണ് ഈ ഒരു ആക്ടിൻ്റെ, വെൻ യു ടോക്ക് ഇൻ ടേംസ് ഓഫ് ദിസ് ആക്ട്, ഇറ്റ്സ് വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് ദാറ്റ് you talk about the controlling of pollution itself. It's very important. Then what about restrictions of industrial facilities on environmental grounds? Next is about the restriction, main point, restriction of industrial facilities. What is that? What is wrong with industrial facilities? Why should we restrict them? Restriction in the sense, industrial facilities nowadays, because of these acts, at least people are worried about this punishing, and still it's going on. Even in that case, nowadays rules are getting more strict. So industry, when you build an industry, some buildings are there, many other activities like thermal, you have much heat, you have to go for the waste disposal. Sometimes if an industry, if a factory is there near to a river or any other water resource, in India they have the tendency to dispose all the waste directly to such water bodies. And you think that because of this factory's presence here, people are not using the water in that directly. Still, there is every possibility that, please be on time, there is every possibility that other water resources also get contaminated when you pollute a water resource nearby. So we don't think about the after effects of this. We think that this is just this one. So anyway, people are not taking water from this, drawing water from this. So that's not the case. So industrial facilities, proper waste disposal is must, and only by such acts, very strict acts, this can be assured. Even when you talk about air pollution, we will learn how important it is to have the factory, their polluted air, how it is to be disposed at a very high level, like certain industries are there, certain factories are there, which are polluting the air just because of its presence and the kind of polluted air. Directly they are disposing that, and the whole area, the whole fresh air gets contaminated. Air pollution, when you discuss that part, you will learn about it. Like പുകപ്പുഴലുകളുണ്ടല്ലോ, അത് കുറേ ഹൈറ്റിൽ. അപ്പോൾ എന്താ സംഭവിക്കുക, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെയാണ് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആ ഒരു താഴെ തന്നെ അതിൻ്റെ കംപ്ലീറ്റ് പൊല്യൂഷൻ വരും. അപ്പോൾ അതിന് പകരം എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം, യു ഹാവ് ടു സെറ്റ് വെരി ലോങ് ഡിസ്പോസൽ ടെക്നിക്ക്. അതിൻ്റെതായ ടെക്നിക്സ് ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അത് എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് വൈ ആർ ദേ സ്റ്റേയിങ് അവേ ഫ്രം ദാറ്റ്? ഇപ്പോൾ ഇതിങ്ങനെ ഒരു ലോ ആയിട്ട് വരുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ ദേ സ്റ്റേ അവേ ഫ്രം ഡൂയിങ് ദാറ്റ്. ഇപ്പം എന്താ വലിയ ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഇപ്പം ഒരു ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഓൾറെഡി ഇറ്റ് നീഡ്സ് എ ലോട്ട് ഓഫ് ഫൈനാൻഷ്യൽ എക്സ്പെൻസ്, ഒരുപാട് എക്സ്പെൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. അതിൻ്റെ കൂടെയാണ് ഈ പറഞ്ഞ ഡിസ്പോസൽ ടെക്നിക്സ്, ഓൾ ദോസ് യു ഹാവ് ടു bring along with that, so that you have added expenses. So people try with directly throwing or disposing the wastewater to some of the waste water bodies. What's wrong with that? So they think about especially when you talk about industry, business, you are more concerned about profit only. So you don't want to go for expenses, more expenses for the sake of environmental protection. And that's why such an act is very important. Such rules and regulations are very important. Because these people will not do it accordingly or do it their own unless and until such an act is there. So in environmental grounds, you have to control and restrict the industrial facilities. Because of this act nowadays, when a factory, when an industrial set up, a project is there, you have to get permission or you have to take it has to be ratified by different government bodies. They come for checking up whether your industry, whether your particular industrial facility buildings are going to affect any other any other sectors, like any other house, some other water resources nearby. So this is the way this act becomes an enabling law. You have the controlling as well, you have the provision to control and restrict. So by that act, this government gets that, and different government officials try to take part in that, to execute, to implement this law. And now defines, this particular law act defines pollutants. In that, what does it mean? Defining pollutants, not just controlling, restricting or ratifying. Ratifying, what do you mean by ratifying? Making something official by law. That's what you mean by ratify. Means ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയൽ ബിൽഡിംഗ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അങ്ങനെ പുതിയൊരു പ്രോജക്റ്റ് മുന്നോട്ട് വെക്കുകയാണ്. ഈ ഒരു ആക്ട് ഉള്ളത് കൊണ്ട് എന്താ ചെയ്യേണ്ടതെന്ന് അറിയാം. അവർ ആദ്യമേ ഈ പറയുന്ന എല്ലാ പേപ്പേഴ്സും മൂവ് ചെയ്ത് ക്ലിയർ ചെയ്തിട്ട് മാത്രമേ അതിനുള്ള പിന്നെ അവർക്ക് അതിനുള്ള പ്രൊവിഷൻ കിട്ടും, അതിനുള്ള ഒരു ഒഫീഷ്യൽ അഷ്വറൻസ് കിട്ടും. യു ക്യാൻ ബിൽഡ്, യു ക്യാൻ ഗോ ഫോർ എ ബിൽഡിംഗ് ഹിയർ, യു ക്യാൻ സെറ്റ് അപ്പ് എൻ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി ഹിയർ. അതിന് അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ റാറ്റിഫൈയിങ് വരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആവുന്നതിൻ്റെ ഒരു റീസൺ എന്താണ്? ഈ ഒരു ആക്റ്റാണ്. ഇപ്പം നമുക്ക് ശരിക്കും ഇപ്പം ചെറിയ ഒരു ബിൽഡിംഗ് എടുക്കാൻ പോലും, പൊതു സ്ഥലങ്ങളിൽ എടുക്കാൻ പോലും ഈ ഒരു നിർബന്ധമാണ്. അതിന് ഇന്ന ഇത്ര അളവിൽ വേറൊന്നുമില്ല, ഇത്ര ചുറ്റളവിൽ വേറെ വാട്ടർ റിസോഴ്സസ് അതിൻ്റെതായ പൊല്യൂഷനൊന്നും ഉണ്ടാവില്ല എന്നൊക്കെ പറയുന്നിടത്താണ് ഈ ഒരു ആക്ടിൻ്റെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് വരുന്നത്. ഇറ്റ്സ് വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് ആക്ച്വലി. Then now it's about defining pollutants. What do you mean by that? Defining pollutants. Yes, pollutants. To different compositions, different kinds of waste materials combined together to form pollutants. So they define, this act defines such pollutants. If the combination is more than this, if the composition of this and that, such and such component is higher than this limit, this particular waste material is declared to be very harmful pollutant, hazardous pollutant. So they define that. They check the quality. They check the quality of waste even, and they say that this is very hazardous waste. This cannot be directly disposed to any of the common spaces. Should not be dumped in this way or that way. So defining pollutant also is very important. Certain pollutants, like think about the organic waste materials. If you throw some of the waste of your food items directly to your yard or under near some plants, it's going to be fodder for the, it's going to be better for the plants. Think about same time you're throwing away some plastic covers instead of this. It's going to be harmful. So this is the way waste materials, pollutants, their intensity, their negative impact on the environment stay different. So it is very important that officially by certain acts, certain pollutants or different pollutants and their nature is to be defined. So hazardous substances, certain substances are very hazardous. Think about e-wastes. It's really problematic actually. E-wastes are problematic. And at the central government power, this act is in one way or other implemented at central government power. They are the governing bodies and take measures to protect and improve the environment. So this act and its provisions have to take measures to protect and improve the environment. Then regulate any industry and empower inspectors. What is that? Regulate any industry. So you cannot say that this is my industry, I spent all the amount to set it up, this building is that of mine. You should not enter and ask me unwanted questions. Once the officials who are powerful enough to, who have the provision to check, go for a checking, go for an inspection, you are liable to give them that, you have to be there with them to implement this act or to be with this act. You cannot say that this is my industry, this is my building, you don't know, who are you to ask question. Once the officials come, sometimes on behalf of certain complaints, some people say like, yeah, your industry wasting and disposal. We have complaints. We have complaint. So you certain people come to inspect the inspection and down. These people, once being the citizen of India, you have to cooperate with them. You have to provide them data. When they ask questions, you have to provide them with the real details or the perfect details. Otherwise, by this law, you can be imprisoned. That is the provision of this act. So this is empowering inspectors to go for inspection, checking, regulating any industry on environmental protection grounds. Then penalties. Now about the penalties. If you go against this act, if you are violating this act or the rules and regulations under this act, what are the penalties? So that is must actually. Think about people who when they go to some foreign countries, they are ready to observe all the rules. All the roads are clean, neat, tidy there. You never spit on road. You never throw waste directly on roads when you are in foreign nations. You are aware of the possible punishment. But when we are there in our nation, in our country, you throw away everything like anything. You talk about your being literate, you may be professionals, you may be students, but we are not having any sense of shame to violate any of the rules. Because comparatively the punishment system is very weak here. Not just in one case, in the case of environmental protection of anything. But every regard, all of us feel like this. Punishment system, is very weak, at least when you compare it with other nations. There comparatively crime also is less. Because people are aware that I will be punished like anything. Such and such punishments shall be there. You cannot bribe. Here in India we have bribe system, bribery. And you have treatment also, varied treatment, because according to your financial or power or privileges, if you are financially sound, you can bribe and you can get away from getting punishment. That's the problem of this nation, of this country nowadays at least. And now again this penalty is there. Obviously every act is with the maximum punishment, everything. But the implementing of that is weak, and that's why we have the problems, contemporary issues of every kind, not just in environmental degradation. So what are the penalties according to this act? Violation of the protection of environment. You can get punishment, imprisonment up to 5 years. Imprisonment up to 5 years. And central government can take actions, or different other bodies, other ruling bodies, ruling sectors entrusted by the central government to implement this. 5 years വരെ ഇംപ്രിസൺമെൻ്റ് ആണ് ഒന്ന്. അതായത് ഇതിൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു റെഗുലേഷൻ വയലേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ഇത്രയും വലിയ ഇംപ്രിസൺമെൻറ്റ് പ്രൊവിഷനൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട് ആ ആക്ട് പ്രകാരം. അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ ആക്ഷൻ എടുക്കാനുള്ള പ്രൊവിഷൻ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് റൂളിംഗ് ബോഡീസിലുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ അതിൽ തന്നെ സ്റ്റേറ്റ് യൂണിയൻ ടെറിട്ടറീസിലേക്ക് ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂട്ടഡ് ആണ്. ദ പ്രൊവിഷൻസ് ആർ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂട്ടഡ്, ദ പവർ ടു പണിഷ്, to inspect, to regulate. This is distributed among union territories, state government. And specific functions under different sections are already written and well ratified. Specific functions, such and such sections under this section. What is the punishment, or what is the punishment for violating this particular rule? You know, we discussed that in the last section, why those 3 of the skyscrapers got demolished. It's according to such acts. These are very important, very relevant. We think that this is there just as an act. You don't have to observe that. And again, think about the way people say like that. People are there who are still not wearing masks. Now, according to protocol, this is must. But those people who do not wear masks, unless and until they are caught by the police, they are noted down by such authorities, they go unnoticed, they go on with that. But even when we are in bus stand and all, there are the checking is maximum there. Sometimes even just because of that mask is under the nose. Obviously, it's not a very silly thing that must that you wear. If you wear a mask, you wear it properly. They are they charged for that. And these people may complain. At least I was wearing it. Still, I had to pay fine. And there is no such argument. There is no provision for such an argument. Because you are caught, you are noted down, and you are punished. Other people are not noted down. Even on highways, we see people travel without wearing helmet. We always wonder how do they go like that. But just on village roads you find out, you come across checking. Maybe just 1 kilometer away you may be having your home, but still there also you are violating the rule. On the highways also you are violating the rule. Unless and until you are noted down, you are away from getting punishment. So in the same way, Alpha Serene, Jane Coral Code, all those got noted down. Those came under the notice of the government. Those were recognized to be against the act. Those buildings were built without observing the conditions for building such or the minimum distance from certain water resources. That's the main problem. So once they are noted down, that is getting, the implication also is to be faced. So this is the way specific functions under different sections are there, and if you understand until you notice it down, observe it. Sorry, if you don't observe, unless and until you are noted down by the powerful bodies like central government and many other sectors like state governments, union territory governing bodies. You go unnoticed. You go without punishment. You escape without getting punishment. But you deserve the punishment under this act. അങ്ങനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എല്ലാവരും ഈ കുറ്റം ചെയ്യുന്ന ഈക്വലി ചെയ്യുന്ന അതേ സമയത്ത് അതിനേക്കാൾ മോശമായ രീതിയിൽ പിന്നെ ഈ പറയുന്ന ആക്ടിന് അഗെയിൻസ്റ്റ് നിൽക്കുന്ന ഇൻഡസ്ട്രീസ് ഉണ്ടാവാം, ബിൽഡിങ്സ് ഉണ്ടാവാം. പക്ഷെ അത് നോട്ട് ഡൗൺ ചെയ്യുന്നിടത്ത് നമ്മൾ ഒരു പ്രൊവിഷനുമില്ല, ഞാനും മാത്രമല്ലല്ലോ അവർ ചെയ്യുന്നില്ലേ എന്ന് പറയാം. ഞാൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത് കുറ്റമാണെങ്കിൽ അത് ബൈ ദി ലോ ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യ you have to suffer the punishment, you have to accept the punishment. So this is a law with the act, the provision to punish. That is the main thing, main idea about it. Then effects on companies. Now we have to see what are the effects on companies. Mainly companies, industrial bodies are the ones that cause pollution or environmental degradation as such. They lay down standards for discharge of environment pollutants. Main thing, lay down standards. You cannot throw away, you cannot dispose all the waste materials directly to some of the rivers or any other water bodies, so that you can have less expense on that ground. വേറെ തന്നെ വാട്ടർ പിന്നെ ഡിസ്പോസലൊക്കെ വലിയ ചിലവാണ് ശരിക്കും, കോസ്റ്റ്ലി, എക്സ്പെൻസീവ്, എസ്പെഷ്യലി വെൻ യു തിങ്ക് അബൌട്ട് ബിസിനസ്. എല്ലാവരും അങ്ങനെയാണ് ചിന്തിക്കുക, അതല്ലേ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല, എന്നാൽ പിന്നെ എളുപ്പമാണല്ലോ. പക്ഷെ അവിടെ എന്താണ്, ഓൾറെഡി certain standards are laid down. In such and such way only you have to, or you can discharge your pollutants, so that you can assure environment quality. Then we have environmental regarding laboratories to test the pollutants. If you are discharging pollutants to some water bodies, if it is organic waste, it's not good, still comparatively affordable. That is the way you have to define pollutants. For that you need laboratories. Then recognize government analysts. So that is it. Everyone cannot get a tie and go tag and go and check out, go for inspection in industries. You have to be approved government officials or analysts who can go for this checking out, inspection as and when it is needed. Then you restrict areas. By this act you have to restrict areas, certain areas. You say like, you cannot go for dumping here. Number of people are living in this space, in this area, in this land. So you cannot go for an open dumping here. It's must that such a rule is there, act is there. Think about the hospital stand, that cantonment area where you have this dumping, open dumping, which is one of the waste disposal techniques. And it is approved only because you cannot spot many dwellings there, houses there. നമ്മുടെ ഒക്കെ ഒരു നാട്ടും പുറത്ത് ഒരു 10-15ഓളം വീടുകൾ ഒരു ചുറ്റളവിലുള്ളിടത്ത് ഈ ഒരു ഓപ്പൺ ഡംപിങ് നമ്മൾ സമ്മതിക്കുമോ? ഇല്ല. അവിടെ എന്താണ്, അവിടെ അങ്ങനെ പറയത്തക്ക മറ്റുള്ള ഒരു ലിവിങ് ആസറ്റ്സ് ഇല്ല, ആൾക്കാർ നിൽക്കുന്ന ഒരു സ്ഥലമല്ല. അങ്ങനെയുള്ള സ്ഥലങ്ങൾ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കുകയാണ്. അതൊക്കെ അപ്രൂവ്ഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള സ്ഥലങ്ങളാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അവർക്കത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്. നമ്മളൊരിക്കലും നമ്മുടെ ഒരു വില്ലേജിൽ ആ ഒരു ഓപ്പൺ ഡംപിങ് നമുക്ക് ആലോചിക്കാൻ പോലും പറ്റില്ല. Because you cannot even walk along with that. There's a time before this COVID pandemic spreading, before they used to dump it at least on a particular space. Nowadays the waste is flying in the air like anything. അതൊരിക്കലും നമുക്ക് അംഗീകരിക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്തൊരു ഡംപിങ് ആണ് ശരിക്കും. ഒരിക്കലും ഒരു ആൾക്കാർ താമസിക്കുന്നിടത്തൊന്നും. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് റെസ്ട്രിക്റ്റിംഗ് ഏരിയാസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. You are restricting areas in that way. You can never give a spot for open dumping. Even by law, in an area, in a space, in a land where number of people are there, number of dwellings are there, houses, schools, hospitals. Even hospital area you cannot go for an open dumping. But hospital waste also are getting taken and getting dumped there. So restricting area is also very important. Otherwise, yeah, think about the certain, sometimes we come across very funny incidents. Like, ഇവിടെ ഒരു ബാഗിലിട്ടാൽ അവിടെ 10 ഇരട്ടിയായിട്ട് അവിടെ വീഴും. കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ നിങ്ങൾ എവിടെയും എഴുതി വെച്ചിട്ട്? എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണെന്നറിയോ? Nowadays people have this tendency, actually this is against the നമ്മൾ സാമൂഹിക വിരുദ്ധത എന്നാണ് പറയുക. During night time, waste material at their own home they get it in some carry bags and throw it in some other areas far away from their villages and all. And people even go for CCTV to find out this, to trace these people. എനിക്കത് ഭയങ്കര മോശമായിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യമാണ്. അതിനെ അവരെ എഴുതി വെക്കുന്നത് അതിനേക്കാളും മോശമുള്ള വാക്കുകളിലാണ് പലപ്പോഴും. അതാണൊരു പ്രശ്നമുണ്ട്. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഭയങ്കര മോശമാണ് ശരിക്കും. നമ്മുടെ വീട്ടിലെ മാലിന്യങ്ങളൊക്കെയാണ് ശരിക്കും മറ്റുള്ള വീടുകളെ എഫക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന രീതിയിൽ കൊണ്ടുപോയിട്ട് ഡംപ് ചെയ്യുക. സോ ദിസ് ഇസ് വെരി പ്രോബ്ലമാറ്റിക്. അത് ആ ഒരു റെസ്ട്രിക്റ്റിംഗ് ഏരിയാസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരിക്കലും നമ്മളത് ഒരു വീട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മറ്റ് ആൾക്കാരൊക്കെ താമസിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സ്ഥലത്ത് അത്രയും മോശപ്പെട്ട വേസ്റ്റ് കൊണ്ടുപോയിടുക എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് സാമൂഹിക വിരുദ്ധതയാണ് അല്ലേ. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഒരു ഓപ്പൺ ഡംപിങ്ങിനുള്ള സ്പേസ് ഒക്കെ പക്ഷേ നമുക്ക് സിറ്റി ടൗൺ ഏരിയാസിലാണ് കാണുന്നത്. ഒരിക്കലും നമ്മൾ വില്ലേജസിൽ അത്രയും നമ്മളതങ്ങനെ കാണലില്ല. ആ റെസ്ട്രിക്റ്റിംഗ് ഏരിയാസ്. ദെൻ സർട്ടൈൻ സേഫ് ഗാർഡ്സ്. What are the safeguard measures? Safeguard, one thing is very safeguard, it's mainly about the industrial sectors. Like what are the safeguards how to observe or keep to assure the safety of people who are working there. Human beings are working. Are you late? So human beings are working there and you have to assure their health protection as well. So safeguards. Certain industries you have very maximum air pollution. Even നമ്മൾ വിചാരിക്കും ഈ പറയുന്ന ഗാർമെൻറ്റ്സ് ഒക്കെ ഉള്ള സ്ഥലങ്ങൾ, ഗാർമെൻറ്റ്സ് ഫാക്ടറീസ് ആൻഡ് ഓൾ, യു ഡോണ്ട് എക്സ്പെക്ട് മച്ച്. നമ്മൾ കമ്പാരിറ്റീവ്ലി നമ്മൾ അവിടെ വലിയ പ്രശ്നമില്ല എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുക. ഭയങ്കര മൈനിങ് എന്നൊക്കെ പറയില്ലേ, ഖനനം, അങ്ങനെയുള്ളിടത്തൊക്കെ പറയുന്നതിനേക്കാളും കമ്പാരിറ്റീവ്ലി വി എക്സ്പെക്ട് ലെസ് പൊല്യൂഷൻ. But actually garments and all, when you are cutting clothes and all, maximum air pollution is there. So people have to go for, to be assured of their own safety. The people who are working in such industries. So such and such safeguards have to be taken. So this law is demanding that. Even hotels. Think about that. So you might have come across in certain hotels, you might have come across people wearing caps. Just even if it is very thin plastic clothing, plastic covering, still that is there. It is part and parcel of their assuring a kind of quality. നമ്മൾ സാധാരണ അതൊക്കെ എന്താണെന്ന് പറയുക, ടൗൺ ഏരിയയിലൊക്കെയാണ് ശരിക്കും ചെക്കിങ്ങിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടാണ് അവർ. ദേ മേക്ക് ഷുവർ ദാറ്റ് ദേ ആർ വർക്കേഴ്സ്, ദേ ആർ ദ പീപ്പിൾ ഹു ആർ സെർവിങ് ഫുഡ്. Their health is very important as far as the whole quality of the food and the people who are going there to take food, their safety, everything is concerned. See, ഇതൊക്കെ ഈ സേഫ് ഗാർഡിൻ്റെ പാർട്ടായിട്ട് വരുന്നതാണ്. Not just in industries but mainly in industries. If you talk in terms of business, obviously hotel is one of the business enterprises. And this law gives a lot of remedial measures. They promote remedial measures, what can be done in such and such situations. If the quality of air is very bad in an area, what have to be done, what you have to do. Now in the context of pandemic situation, we all try to find out some remedial measures. At least if you are assured or if you are guaranteed about wearing mask protects us from getting affected directly. See, obviously mass spread is taking place, but still wearing mask is good. Then we try to observe that. So that also is a remedial measure. In that way, you have different remedial measures in industrial sectors as far as this act, as per the act and its regulations. That's how you have a discussion on the third main topic, Environmental Protection Act under Module 3. Okay, sorry, Module 1. So, Module 1, third topic. Next topic is Environment Legislation to Business Enterprise. Before going to that, let us discuss this part, how my note looks like. Then when you write down that, you will be getting more idea. Okay? Yes.